we are ready to get underway, so we will get everyone into the lobby and into the game here. Hibbing Wardens will be in blue as the home field, number 3 seed going into the playoffs. 11-7 on the regular season. That is, as I said, Blakester, Stego, and Derek. Other side, Trish, Tammy, and Zilmi in orange for the Monarchs on the road here. Zilmi started off the other direction. That's kicked over top. Derek's there. Tammy's going to go for a quick shot. Derek can't react, and that's the opening goal for the Monarchs.
You know, this was something I was thinking about coming into this matchup. I mean, would the speed and the mechanics of Minnetonka just be able to outpace this Hibbing team with the sub? So far, Derek, unfortunate backflip there. Tammy, quick shot. And immediately, within 12 seconds, they get the first goal.
This is very early into the evening, but a thing we always talk about is just unforced mistakes and just mistakes in general. You know, it's going to kind of come down to that, I think, where it's which team can play the cleaner game of this evening, because both these rosters have the ability. It's just, you know, can you make less mistakes? Can you force your opponent to make some mistakes? That's Stego versus Tammy into the corner. Zilmi off the backboard. Stego clears that away back towards his own net. So back pass for Blakester, but now gets stopped by Trish. Now Tammy versus Blakester, their shot towards net. That one should be saved, it will be. Wardens regroup, head the other direction. Derek's chasing this one down. He's gonna go for the 50, wins it. Out towards mid, Blakester shot, that's saved by Tammy, great play there. Trish onto the counterattack. Back out towards mid, Stego booms that one downfield. Tammy into the corner, Tammy versus Blakester there, that one's up the sidewall. Zilmi puts that one towards the backboard.
We missed.
Double touch, couldn't connect. That's unfortunate, but counterattack should be stopped. The great move there by Tammy. We've seen Tammy put up some great defense this season at this level, and even playing up for CLMN. It's, you know, a player that could definitely be in the CLMN ranks, but just unfortunately a little bit too low for this season. As that's a pass out towards mid. Zilmi shot there. Boom, 2-0 for the Monarchs.
Immediately, we see Minnetonka strike back after that first demo from Tammy. Trish, infield pass to Zilmi. Blakester's caught in no man's land. What a team play.
Yeah, it was a beautiful play there at Monarchs. 2-0 start. This is what you're looking for. And it's, you know, it's going to be really unfortunate for the Wardens. They had such a strong end of the season here once they got Delphin into that starting lineup. So it'd be a shame if they end up falling away here. But of course, way too early to call any of that. We're game 1 of a best-of-7 series, so plenty more to go here. Derek versus Zilmi in the corner. Awkwardly touched there, Blakester the other direction. I guess the last 2 minutes into this one, first thoughts for either side. Do you think it is the Monarchs' upper hand right now, or is just Wardens settling into it? Or,
you know, Minnetonka looks like they're the more comfortable team here, as Hibbing's kind of trying to slowly inch their way. Oh! Towards this game. They're still trying to get control of that ball, and with Minnetonka just their fast touches and aerial control, it's making it really difficult for them to even get a couple shots up. Blakester with the only shots for the Warden, so he's kind of been their offense for this game.
yeah, and interesting too, because they're actually out shooting the Monarchs. Monarchs are 2 for 2, while the Wardens are 0 for 4 so far. Also, you talked about that ball control, and we saw Trish have a great double touch, kind of dropping it down to himself there on the sidewall. It was a beautiful play there once again. Now Tammy off the sidewall, she'll go for the air dribble. That one's blocked. Trish moves this one towards the backboard, going for the double touch, leaves it for Zilmi. That one's wide as well. Under 2 minutes remaining now, game number 1. To see if these two teams have what it takes to take us to a deep series here. Or see the Monarchs break away with their starting lineup here. Tammy drops that one down towards net. That one's saved there by Stego. Good play once again. Back on defense, there's Trish and Blakester. Blakester off the sidewall there, out towards mid. Derek, chance is stopped out and away. Stego tries to keep the pressure up. It feels like all these Warden attacks just really don't have any teeth to them. They just feel pretty light and pretty easy to swat aside.
They had a lot of opportunities just there, and they had a lot of time to work with too, as both Trish and Tammy went for that back left corner boost. They had so much time to get a shot off, control the ball, do whatever, and they shoot it immediately, and they end up hitting the post there as they're able to get back in time to save it either way. That's gotta be something that they have to capitalize on.
Thing too is like quality shots. That's one of the things that's actually kind of plagued the Wardens, is they have the 8th best shooting, or 8th worst, I guess, shooting percentage in the league, and only 30.8%. So it's not too low, but that is, you know, it's lower than even the Monarchs. So that's something where they've struggled. They put a lot of shots on net, the 4th most in the league, but just cannot convert many of them. As Blakester tries to go for that one, but just goes up too early, can't recover from that aerial out of boost. And it's getting into crunch time here in game number 1. That goes out towards mid. Trish booms this one downfield, gonna go for a double touch. Can't get to that one in time. Stego's there first. Tammy off the sidewall. Blakester should be there. He will. Sends it downfield, looking for Derek. Good touch there towards net.
Oh.
Great move by Derek. And the lead is cut to 1.
Nice little solo play from Derek off the pass from Blakester. He gets that soft little first touch that's able to really get him back to that ball, and he lands right by it, and he's able to quickly jump to outmaneuver the defender there. Makes this a possible comeback within 20 seconds.
I thought it was going to be a mistake for Blakester not just to try to boom that one downfield, but it was a great control touch there. Gave Derek that opportunity. As now the other direction. Stego tries to go for that one. Blakester has to save off towards the sidewall. Derek might have one more chance, could get the full boost. Stego's going to go for the bump in net. Derek passing it far side and buffs Blakester. Oh no! Oh, that one's a tough one to handle if you are the Wardens there. Had a chance at the 0-second mark, but unfortunately the team bump, and it's a 2-1 win for the Monarchs. So, you know, that's a pretty good start. That's definitely what Monarchs were looking for. A couple of early goals. Zilmi, excuse me. I would have to take a bit to adjust to that one. And Tammy with the goals there. 6 saves as a team. So the Monarchs playing some strong team defense there. Other side, Wardens put up 8 shots, but the only goal to Derek with the assist from Blakester. So, you know, it's a strong game 1. What are you thinking going into game 2?
You know, it seemed like at the end there, they're having a really tough time deciding what they were going to do with that play. They had a lot of time to work with. It looked like Derek was going to try to start a dribble, but it seemed like he was having a really tough time controlling that ball, and he tried to dish it off to his teammate, Blakester, and he ends up bumping him after the pass, which he was not expecting at all. Just a lot of miscommunication there at that final seconds. I mean, if they got that goal, we could have seen an overtime. We could have seen a different story at the end of game 1. And with playoffs, I mean, your season on the line, every win here matters.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing too, is like, you know, even if you do take, you know, even if you do fall apart a little bit in the middle of the series, you know, 7 games, getting the first win, it's a big thing nonetheless. And the other thing to talk about is if you are just joining this evening, it is a best of 5s during the regular season. So shorter series, these ones really lend themselves much more to late game comebacks. It's the shot by Tammy. That one goes wide. Zilmi tries to put that inside. Can't get that one there. Good 50. Blakester just has to handle this one on the goal line. And that's a stuff there by Trish. That one's crossbar. Tammy off the crossbar. Trish off the... No.
Oh, the triple
Zilmi
commit
is there as well. The triple commit, yeah. Blakester drops that one down to the side. Tammy there as well. Now Trish will send that the other way. But, you know, the first game isn't as critical, I would say, when you're playing the best of 7s. There's plenty of time for you to turn it around and take control later on. We've seen a lot of that this season where, at least in the best of 5s, teams will lose the first game. The team that's expected to win will lose the first game and then come back at full force at 2 through 4 and take it easily after that. But regardless, we are underway. Game number 2. Tammy's shot there. That one's crossbar down, and a 1-0 lead for the Monarchs.
Monarchs have all the control they want, and Hibbing just cannot do anything with the ball right now. They're getting a lot of chances to, you know, set up that big clear or get it to a teammate to execute that pass, but all the times that they've had chances to get it out of their half, they've just lost control of the ball completely, and Minnetonka's been there to keep up the pressure.
Yeah, and that's you know, I talked about capitalizing on mistakes. That's what the Monarchs can do here, where they really don't have that strong of a stat line. It's really a rough picture there as Derek puts that one wide off the pass from Blakester. Stego out towards mid, chance once again, but Zilmi will get the strong clear there. As I was saying, just the Monarchs will make you pay for those mistakes. They're a very consistent team. Trish and Tammy have some great chemistry, able to rely on each other. Derek, great shot there off the pass from Blakester, and we're tied at 1.
Surprised this worked out, because first of all, before that even happened, Derek had a really weird touch, and Blakester was pre-jumped from a while, I mean, long distance away, and somehow, some way, Blakester is able to get that touch without anybody interfering with him, and Derek, downfield from that 50, was able to put that one in. That's one of the very important pros of getting that first man to challenge, you're in a position for a pass. So that worked out for them perfectly.
It's finally a tie game here, of course. In that first one, only saw a tie game when it was 0-0, but good to see the Wardens respond earlier on in this game. Last game, it took till the last, I think, about 40 seconds for us to see some life out of the Hibbing Wardens, but let's see how they can do here. As Zilmi gonna put that one towards the far side, tries to get the double touch. That's actually towards net.
Oh,
Just
they
a little
bumped each
high.
other.
Tammy will drop it home. Beautiful play there.
Unfortunate here for Hibbing, as Stego tried to rotate in front of Derek and ends up bumping him, making it really awkward for them as to who was gonna go for that one. Tammy just there for his second goal, and just to be there, you know, to get that 50, to get that shot off, really paid dividends for them, as, you know, Hibbing's kind of struggling with that sub.
Yes, they are, but I mean, that's the thing too, is like Derek is not exactly...
Not necessarily the sub. I don't know if it's communication or...
Yeah, you know, well, and the other thing too I was going to say is just, he's not a bad player. He's ranked 1 point beneath Blakester here, and he's shown his skill throughout the season as Blakester puts that one wide. But, you know, it's just like, he's not a bad player by any means. It's just unfortunate that he might not have that chemistry there. And the Monarchs just have it because they've played together, even though they haven't played together. Zilmi has not played in a number of their games, only, I think, 4 or 5 on the season as a whole. So really, it's been a kind of a, it's both subs here, but the two starter combo is maybe what's better for the Monarchs. Is now 2 minutes remaining in this one. 2-1 lead once again for the Monarchs. Same score we saw in the game prior. Now that one's going to go downfield. Blakester's going to have a crack at this one. He will send that the other way. That's sent towards net. Zilmi, good clear there. Derek try to chase this one down. Zilmi's the first one there, up towards the ceiling. Derek can't quite read, but Stego can. Next defender up. Now Trish puts that one off the backboard. Tight angle shot. Stego, good save. Zilmi with a chance, but that one's wide as well. Now Derek back towards the sidewall. A couple players fighting for this one. 90 seconds remaining now. Trish in from the corner. And I guess, you know, with time kind of running out here in game number 2, what do you think is the key for the Wardens if they want to get back into this one?
Oh, the Wardens got to keep that ball close. They're looking for these huge touches, and here's an opportunity where you need to get control of this ball, but then again, there's Stego just cutting off his teammate there. Just that double commit in general to get a touch there was just so bad for them. They had all the time in the world. Blakester pre-flip, and it's past Derek as their third. He's only got 1 man to beat. It's going mid. Zilmi shot, and it's going to be on target with 47 seconds left.
Great play there by...
That's a clutch goal.
Yeah, great play by the Monarchs to put that at a 2-goal lead. That's huge. Says Zilmi a little bit of an overcommit there, but just can see that the goal is open, has the chance to get that one put away, and does with perfection on that one. But the other thing I was going to say too is you never know. I don't want to say what the players are thinking, but I know sometimes if things aren't going the right way and you are the leader of the team, or at least you perceive yourself as the leader or the best player, you kind of feel like the responsibility falls on you to try to get your team back into a good situation. As Tammy's going to try to pass this one mid. Great stop there by Derek. Chance still here for the Wardens, but you know, sometimes those little bit of overcommits can come from that kind of desire to make something happen. As now Blakester towards the far side. Team bump there, but Trish still gets the way. Zilmi, great drop down. There's a chance. Trish can't put that one on frame. Derek, great save there. Tight shot by Tammy. Monarchs looking strong here in game number 2 as well. That's going to go back towards net. Blakester's there, but Zilmi gets the block. Stego versus Tammy, and that one's going to fall outside. Actually, Blakester's going to keep it up. He'll put that one towards mid, but dropped by Trish. So now, Monarchs 3-1 here in game number 2. That's a strong response. There's not really a response, just a follow-up to that first one here. And they kind of flipped the script. If you look at this one, last game we saw the Monarchs had a very low shooting game, and then a lot of defense. But this time, Monarchs put up 14 shots, scored 3 of them, only 1 save on this one. Wardens on the other side had 8 saves and 4 shots. Once again, lone goal to Derek and Blakester involved in the goals, but this time Derek with the goal, Blakester with the assist on that one. But
a lot of things to talk about, because Delafin just showed up, and I mean, when you're scoring, so when you're scoring a lot of goals, from those shots. You're bound to have less shots than a team that's just putting up relentless amount of shots. So,
Yes.
I mean, this kind of, I mean, even though they had less shots than the Wardens, they put up more goals. So it's about that efficiency, right? Like,
Yeah.
if they're using that opportunity on that shot to do whatever, to pass it mid to a teammate to get that shot off, it's definitely a positive for Minnetonka in both games, because you want that pressure, but you also want to be capitalizing on the shots you're given.
Yeah, and interesting thing to mention, you heard both of us pause there because Delafin had joined the server there. We had heard that he was out for the evening. I guess it might have just been a letting Derek play, because I believe Delafin can't make the land, so he might be letting Derek play as the starter to get some reps with the main squad in hopes that they will make it there. But Delafin has showed up now as Tammy's going to put a shot on net there. Great save by Stego. So now, Monarchs have a 2-0 lead in the series, but the Wardens are back at full strength with their full lineup here, as Blake's just going to put that one towards mid, and he's going to accidentally own goal that one. I don't know if that shot was going in.
It looked like it was rolling in, but he had a teammate behind him here. That first touch just made him like, ooh, I got to recover for myself. I think if he leaves that, Delafin's able to get back there. That ball was rolling pretty slowly, just a bit of panic after that first touch, ultimately deciding that huge mistake for Hibbing.
And the thing is, too, is it's always tough with, having the ability for a sub of when do you put that sub in? If you're going to try to start with the other side of the lineup, you don't want to put him in after one loss, because it just feels, you don't really have a response, or you don't really have time to play your own game. But, if you wait till you're down 2-0, like in this scenario, Monarchs might have too much momentum. They might just be too far, too much into the groove. But we'll see how it plays out here. Zilmi versus Stego there. That 50 goes back towards the Hibbing net. Delafin off the sidewall. Trish stops that one down. A double commit there for the Hibbing Wardens. Stego will boom this one downfield. Blakester drops it down. Stego high off the backboard. Tammy should be there in time. Delafin's there as well. That's out towards mid. Now Zilmi is there. I guess as long as I've seen, I know that you've commented quite a bit of this season as well. What do you think Delafin brings to the field, joining back into the starting lineup here in game number 3?
Delafin was a star CLMN player who subbed up a couple times, at least once last season in MNCS. So, bottom right dish from Delafin. I had another question in mind, which was like, why would you bring in a sub into like a playoff game? Like, you would want to secure that land spot and then you can scrim other teams. But with playoffs on the line, with the sub you've barely played with, it's like, I don't know if that's just like a choice that they made, or if it was more so like a last second, I'm here to play. So I mean, it all comes down to the variables.
From what I've heard, it was a fact that that Delafin will not be at the LAN regardless of if they make it or not. So he just wanted to give the main roster a chance to kind of play for that playoff spot, with the hope that Derek, and that starting 3-stack could be strong enough there. But, the Monarchs, that's the thing, is you can't really underestimate them. They've had a tough second half of the season, but they've been playing with subs a lot. They've been playing with not a starting lineup. They've had a couple of forfeits. It's been a
lot of the time.
Kind of just a mixed bag there for them, as Zilmi's going to tap that one forward. But as you said, Delafin, a star player at CLMN level, so playing a little bit down here, but still a part of this league with a couple of other teammates from previous teams as well. So that's Blakester out at mid, going to pass towards the corner, looking for Stego. He'll miss that one. What I was going to say, too, is actually Delafin, I believe, had the golden striker for MNRS. I think he had the most goals per game this season among MNRS players. So that's the biggest thing here, is the Wardens need some offense. And if you need offense, that's the best person to go to in the league.
Yeah, and I mean, to come to sub in now would be perfect time then, if not at all, because Minnetonka had their number with Derek. And I mean, no disrespect to him, but Delafin is, I mean, you could arguably put him as one of the best players in this lobby, and he's managed to get his team within a tie game here. It's definitely might be hard to adjust from that sub playing to, your captain pretty much joining the team. So, I mean, right, he's in the air.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, there's Delafin. I can't keep talking about him because he's got both the goals for the Wardens, and they have the lead.
Yeah, and that's the thing I was going to say too, is that it's felt like a closer game. You know, both those last games, even game one where it was a 2-1 victory, it really felt like the Monarchs controlled most of the possession, most of the kind of had the control of the flow. But in this one, it's felt like it's been a more back and forth game. These two teams are much more evenly matched, I think, when they have their starting lineup on the other side. That's a shot that's going to go in for Stego now. So the Wardens go from one goal in back-to-back games to now 3 here with a minute and a half left to go. And,
My.
you know,
Our
back
shot.
in the starting lineup works, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's paying off for them. I mean, we talk about the amount of shots and how efficiently, you know, they use them, and 3 out of 4 shots, or 3 out of 4 goals off of shots, so 75% shooting percentage. That is insane as a team.
Yeah,
That is their shooting percentage. So
much better, because game one, I think, was, I think it was maybe like what, 10% maybe. I think they had about 10 shots, and then game two was just straight up. Well, actually, no, it ended up it did get 1, but it was 1 for 4 there. So much better conversion in this one. As now under a minute remaining, Wardens trying to strike back here, brought their starting lineup back in, and that shot's gonna go back towards net. Stego comes in, he does get the save, a little bit wide, but they put that one cross net. Zilmi there as well. Blakester booms this one downfield. Trish there, gonna try to go for a follow-up themselves. That one's stopped there by Stego. Down low, double commit there, but they do win the 50, so Zilmi will have to make something happen here. Off of the sidewall, out towards mid, looking for Tammy. That's actually a double commit. Can Trish be there? They can, but that one's off the post. Tammy there as well, but nobody can put that one inside the frame, so 20 seconds now. It's gonna hang high towards the back post. Stego clears there. Trish back towards mid. Boom downfield. Tammy on the retreat. Stego's gonna have a chance. Great save by Tammy, but 10 seconds. They need a goal now if they're gonna stay in this. Is Tammy slow dribble? That's not what you need. Pinch out towards mid. Zilmi will try to carry. Stego come in, drop that one down, but that'll be the end of game number 3. Just will it be a 3-2 or 4-1, or what will it be? 3-2. Pardon me, excuse me. 3-1 is the final here. So the Wardens bring back in the starter, bring back Delephant, and it pays dividends.
yeah, get a solid game win. You know, even with Delephant coming in, I was expecting, you know, a difficult game. It was pretty close. I mean, for Delephant not have been just sitting in ranked or training while his teammate was playing. I mean, this is likely a warm-up for him. First game, I mean, to get adjusted to the Monarchs, and they get the win, which is huge. It's like the start of the series for Delephant, so
well,
big win for them.
Might almost be a benefit too, because he might come in with a little bit of a fresher mindset where it's,
True.
you know,
They were down 0-2.
Yeah, down 2-0. You know, it's, what do you say? And then it's like, if the captain comes in, he might be like, well, hey boys, it's basically treated as a best of 5. We just got to win the best of 5 and then tack another game on top. But great game for the Wardens. 3 goals, as you said, 2 to Delephant there on 5 shots as a team. 8 saves as well. So the Wardens actually a very complete game there with 8 saves and 5 shots. Tells you that, you know, they're probably not getting too much possession. It's just converting when they get the chances, and then having to play some strong defense on the other side, because Monarchs really, they didn't sit back too much, just some good defense, and that's got the series now 2-1. You know, it really, I would say you can almost treat it as if it's 1-0 with Delephant coming in as the sub now. So
Yeah.
game number 4 here. You know, how you feeling? Do you think it's do you think the Monarchs can readjust back to having the starter back in, or do you think it's the Wards back to usual?
Oh, you know, it's definitely something that Minnetonka has to work on. I mean, they had to really work on it even with Delephant out. They got to slow down the ball. They've got the mechanics that they need. They probably have overall better mechanics than the team they're playing against. And this is a great infield pass, and that's what I want to see from Minnetonka, because I know they can do it, and they just have to slow things down. They've been rushing a lot of shots from the midfield, and they've been saved by Hibbing.
Yeah.
So all Minnetonka needs to do, slow down the pace of the game, utilize that control and those mechanics, and you are going to outplay the Wardens. But they're going too fast, so it's going to be this deciding factor how they change their play style here.
Well, and of course, going for those passing plays, always harder to save than just whipping a shot in from, you know, half field or even farther back, as we take a look at a passing play there. But Stego gets that one swatted aside by Zilmi. As you said, Wardens falling behind 1-0 here early on as Tammy's gonna have another chance here. Some great passes early on for the Monarchs. Fake there. Tammy might have a chance here. Great double fake there. Tammy makes it 2-0 Monarchs with a big response here.
I'm really liking this. They kind of get in an awkward situation, but then Tammy baits out the defender, deciding not to commit there. It's smart to stay behind the ball there, just so that you cannot turn that into a double commit. Wait for your teammate to get back, find the open net after the fake.
Well, and
just slowing that ball down. Perfect.
Delphin's probably going to be kicking himself for that one, too, just because, you know,
it almost got the demo.
Yeah, well, the demo or even just the save, because that's such a tough angle to come in and get that one from. But, you know, another one of the best mechanical players in the MNRS ranks, so he'll definitely want a chance at that one as Blakester shot on net, saved there by Trish. Take a quick moment here. Thank you to Slow Hands McGee for the Tier 1 sub for 5 months now. We appreciate it always as every level of MNRS.
Oh,
Blakester booms that one high. Wards cannot let those mistakes happen. You've got 3.5 minutes, so that will not be too costly as of right now, but you never know how many options or how many opportunities the Monarchs are going to give you. Blakester back out towards mid once again. Trish, good save there. Stego dives in on that one. Delphin as well. Ward's got to be careful. They're getting a little bit too far forward here. Open themselves up for a counterattack, especially if they run low on boost, which they have been a couple of times here. That one's out towards mid. Trish and Delphin on the 50. Trish will win that one. That one stay high. Stego shot towards the backboard. Trish there can't connect with it, so Stego, that's off the backboard. Once again, great shot there, and once again, it's the man of the hour. It's Delphin.
Mr. Delphin finding another goal of Trish, who was looking for that clear. You know, he had a lot of time to either collect that ball or clear it. And then when he decided to clear it, it was too late. And he ends up missing that, leaving Delphin there for the shot, who puts it behind Tammy, who was just a tad bit pushed too far up front post, so he couldn't cover that area of the open net behind him.
Yeah, but, you know, it's as we've been talking about. Oh, great save there by Stego as Tammy's going to take a shot. That one's towards the back.
Another one.
Stego with another save. Beautiful defense here. Actually, only one of those saves credited kind of awkwardly. Of course, we know Rocket League always goofy with the stats tabulation.
Oh, yeah.
Zilny out towards mid. Delphin should be there. He'll win that 50. Gets a second touch on it as well. Blakester comes in. Little butt tap off the backboard. Delphin. That one's wide. So now 2 minutes remaining here in game number 4. Monarchs took the first 2 and then a response.
Ooh, what a bump
from the Wardens. Bump there, as he said, but Tammy gets there in time. 2 minutes now. And, you know, game number 4, Monarchs have been the favorite team, but, you know, what are your thoughts going late into this one? Has it changed in this last couple of minutes, or do you think the Monarchs can close this one out?
You know, Hibbing's trying to really get each other involved in the passing game, and Minnetonka's trying to figure out what they did wrong in that last game, and they're definitely starting to control the ball, realizing when they have time. This one, a clear up to himself, just that pass to himself right there, instead of just clearing it away, is going to make the opponent's challenge, force you to get off the ball. They just have to play patient, and whatever team's the most patient, it's likely going to pay dividends for when that team overcommits, which both of these teams are about to, if it keeps going like this.
Well, the thing is for the Monarchs, too, is they can just sit back and play defense. We never really like to see a team do that. You just open yourself up to too much counter pressure, but I think the Monarchs could do it. Just every once in a while, get those clears the other direction, play some strong defense and strong rotations, because that's what we're seeing so far here. They're just killing the clock. The Wardens want to put some pressure on offense, but they keep on having to play defense back in their own zone as Tammy puts that shot on net. And Tammy, the captain of the Monarchs, says, captain of the Wardens, well, I can do one better, and captain of the Monarchs over here.
Yeah, I mean, it just came down to the Monarchs kind of just letting the Wardens do their thing. They've barely controlled the ball this game. It's just been absolute strong touches from the midfield. It's been absolute bangers, clears that have kind of been passes, but have not really worked out for them well. So with Minnetonka kind of just settling back, and with almost an own goal, Zilmi off the mark there. Somehow, still in front of the net. Trish doing it all, wasting all that clock. Minnetonka shows that they've definitely adapted to Delphant being in the game.
Well, the other thing too is like even if the pass downfield really isn't a pass, as long as it's not directly at the opponent, or as long as your opponent's maybe a little bit overcommitted, because we saw that with the Wardens. Sometimes they pushed a little bit too far up. That can do just as well. That can work just as well in that scenario there. But Monarchs, as I said, Tammy saying, hey, if the captain of the Wardens is going to step up, I'm going to step up as the captain of the Monarchs. 3 goals in this one, 2 saves and 4 shots. A great stat line there. As a team, Monarchs stepped up, 7 saves, 8 shots. So good conversion there as a team, especially for Tammy. As I said, 3 for 4 there, so 75% single-handedly. Other side, Wardens just kind of struggled to find the back of the net. They had the one miss from Blakester that was crossbar out and away on an open frame, and then 11 shots as a whole. You know, you really got to find a way to make those go in somehow in order to take this back. But Monarchs are now going to be on series point, leading 3-1 in the series. You know, thoughts on this one? Thoughts on the next one? What are you thinking, Grip?
To be the team that is going to be held at match point for really 3 games, if they make it, they would have to win the next 3 to win this series, which is pretty much a mini reverse sweep at this point. In a best of 7. And to know that one game you screw up, your season is over, is probably the most pressure the team is going to have to face throughout the whole majority of the season. So how well can they deal under pressure?
Well, the other thing is too is that at some point it might come down to 1 goal, where it's just you make one small error at some point, and like you said, that can cost your season. But no time to think about that as Tammy takes a shot quick here. That was a little bit too high. Far side, Trish will boom this one back in towards mid. Thank you everyone for joining us. Freight Cabbage here alongside Great, taking you through MNRS playoff action. Winner of this one will make it to our LAN coming up in 2 weeks at Game Center. Wardens in blue and the Monarchs in orange. Should be quite an upset here as that's out towards mid. Stego comes in for the save with Blakester as well. Now Stego and Delphant, kind of an awkward bit of defense here, a little bit panicky, but they do survive for now as Tammy gets that strong 50 to the far side. Blakester sends it forward. There's Trish booming that one downfield far side. Delphant has to chase it down. Delphant gets that around 2. Great solo play there. Delphant, I don't think can get that inside the net. Actually, he can! Beautiful play by Delphant there to get his team on the board.
And he catches that overcommit, and Trish trying to figure out where Delphant was going, but he puts himself out so far wide that he couldn't cover any of the net there at that point. He was just hoping for the ball to roll into the corner. And Delphant cuts it inside where he had the whole net to shoot. And he executes it perfectly.
I really did. I didn't think he was going to be able to score that one from that angle, because usually that's such a, you know, once it's rolled that far, usually the defender can cut it back, but he just manages to find the perfect angle there to make it happen. As Zilmi might have a chance at counterattack now himself. He will. Oh no. Wardens, you can't let that happen on series point, let alone in any game. Yikes.
Yeah, and he was pushed up pretty far, and I don't even think he saw that clear coming. He was mid-flip. He had so much faith in that that he was going to be able to react in time. He was mid-flip, and you can't do anything when you're mid-flip in terms of defending the ball. And that huge clear came, he was out of position, and I mean, that third man commit, I mean, you talk about it all the time in all different levels of Rocket League, and of course it has to come out here in the playoffs.
Trish has a mistouch there. Stego, that's a shot towards net. Stego will take that solo. Another unforced error there, and Warden's back in the lead.
I thought Zilmi, did he read it? He just stopped moving.
I think he was going to go for the backwards flip there, or he's trying to fake it or something, but yeah, kind of an awkward.
Still in the game, it looks like.
Yeah, I don't know. That was a weird thing there. Just, maybe Zilmi also thought it was in after that first touch, so just
gave up,
moving, expecting it to go in, which is not what you want to do. But hey, you know, we've all done it one time or another where we put the controller down and then it's like, oh wait, that didn't go in. But
and then you get scored on.
Oh yeah, you know, of course.
After you've realized it.
Tammy sends that one far side now, so Wardens back in the lead here on series, or facing series point. They are not in series point. They are down 3-1 right now. They need to win to stay alive, and win a few more to stay alive even longer if they can. As now Tammy gonna go for the solo play. Great bump there with Trish towards the backboard. Stego comes out, great touch there. Not even really a save, but just a great possession touch. And Trish on a demo on the exit. Now Zilmi to go for the pass down infield. Trish shot towards the back post. Stego gets the save there. Tammy out towards mid once again. Zilmi chasing it down. Zilmi applying a lot of pressure here. Stego, that's out towards mid. Kind of an awkward spot. Blakester can't quite handle it, but Delphin back behind him will be able to. Delphin, good 50 there. That's going to hang high towards the backboard. Trish has to come up. Great touch down there. Stego off the corner, back out towards mid. Zilmi moves this one downfield. 120 seconds remaining now. Game number 5 here. Usually our last game, but getting a little extra Rocket League here potentially. As Stego hits that one towards mid, Tammy's there as well. Tammy chasing this one down, now has Stego at mid to try and fight with. Stego wins that one. You know, I guess so far in this one, Wardens playing a strong game here. Do you think it's been them doing better, or is it just the Monarchs have not found their offensive rhythm like usual?
You know, I can't really tell. With 90 seconds left, this is still a 1-goal game, and I'd think that these games would be closer and closer as the series kind of went on, but it's kind of been for both teams kind of the corner game where which team can get it around the corner fast enough to get that past mid, because there's been barely any midfield passes. They've just been trying to center it off of that corner, and it's getting defended so easily that we haven't seen any goals. But that's a good touch. What a save!
Oh, chance there for Trish. You know, you talk about that too. The corners, it's something to be saved by basically every level of Rocket League player. You usually got to go.
So readable.
Yeah, it is. You know, that's the thing, and that's why we haven't seen that much for results here. As Blakester boomed this one downfield. He was trying to chase that one, but that's one there by the Monarchs. Great save there by Tammy on the back post. Now Tammy will carry it the other way. Has Blakester demos one. Stego sends that downfield. Trish booming towards the far side.
Oh, no.
Still he drops that back. That would have been a shot of a lifetime there. That's now Delphin up for this one. That's off the sidewall once again. Trish sends it downfield. 20 seconds remaining.
No way.
Monarchs make it happen.
Oh.
Tammy, that one's just off as well. Monarchs finally getting some offense going, but it might be too little too late as Stego gets 50 by Trish. There's still a chance. Trish out towards mid. Zilmi, cannot connect. Still a chance here. As back into the Monarch zone. Tammy cannot catch. Oh boy, that got the heart racing there. Monarchs had a chance, but just could not get that to finish. So, oofta. Unfortunate, but game number 5 goes in favor of the Wardens. Stego and Delphin, the starters, both with a goal here. And I guess Blakester actually starter as well. I forget that we got rid of the sub for the Wardens. 3 saves there for Stego. Great defensive performance and 7 shots as a team. Other side, Monarchs just seemed they couldn't quite find the back of the net. They had some chances here, but it was just a mistake. At the end of the day, there was a mistake in the midfield by the Monarchs that gave that second goal over to the Wardens, and that's the decider. You know, as I was saying though, Monarchs goal for Zilmi, 4 saves there. But game number 6, what are you thinking, Grape?
It's been so back and forth in terms of how the games have resulted, but in terms of game results, but the goals, there's just not enough production of the goals, so it's so crucial every one of these goals, because we haven't seen any type of blowout game or high scoring game so far. It's been in the 2s, the 1s and the 2s for the majority of the series, so at this point, you know, they might be figuring it out, but it's just whoever's going to make that tiny, tiny mistake.
Yeah.
That's going to cost them the whole series.
As you said, it's actually the losing teams have always had 1 goal in this series. So if you score multiple goals, you're in a good spot to win this based off the patterns we've seen so far. As now game number 6, Wardens won that last one on facing series point. Can they do it again here? Stego has a chance, but that one's just going to float a little too high. Blakester off into the far corner. They're going to try to foul this up. Drops it down. Stego into the corner. That's out towards mid. Chance there, but great save by the Monarchs defense. Tammy low on boost, trying to 50, but Blakester wins that one. Zilmi.
What a block!
Towards mid. Delphin gets blocked as well. Monarchs with some frantic defense. They're running low on boost. Great boost start here to start off the game for the Wardens. Trish sends that one far side. Blakester up on this one, back towards the net. Zilmi there, that one wide. Delvin back out towards mid once again. Stopped at the front post by Trish. Heading downfield now, Blakester. 1 minute elapsed here. Early pair of shots for the Wardens, both stopped by Trish. As now Zilmi finally wins some pressure back for the Monarchs. Stopped there at mid. Trish has to go back for some defense. Another save. So minute 15 in, Trish has a savior already. As that's out towards mid, Tammy kicks that one forward. Has a chance for a solo play. Delvin into the corner. First impressions on this one, great.
No, it's oh, no, that's an overcommit. That's going off though. It's something that I was talking about earlier. It's just been the corner game, and whether it's high or low, they are still utilizing that corner. And I saw Minnetonka kind of blow the ball down there, which is kind of the first sequence we've seen throughout this game 6. And it 50 back to a teammate. They get the demo, and just Minnetonka playing that so well. And Hibbing rushing it. You don't need to touch that. You let that go into the corner. You leave that for your teammate Blake. That's a free ball for your teammate. But now you've put yourselves up for disaster. Minnetonka on top.
Yeah. And I know Turney Ernie will be very happy about that one. Loves to see the Monarchs score, of course, a part of that roster. But as his saying about, I think it's a pass, a shot, and a demo, I think is his recipe for a goal there. So you got all three of them on that one. But now, as you said, Wardens find themselves down 1. They are
open
set to be eliminated if they lose this one, as Trish just goes for the fake but drops it back out. Tammy gets that one home.
Wow.
Beautiful play there by the Monarchs, as Trish, I was a little worried there, but finds the back
Tries
of
to
the
go
net.
for the, yeah, he tried to go for that initial dunk to keep it in front of the net, but I don't know if that was Stego. He just ended up missing the ball completely, maybe expecting a touch, and then he lands on the ball to pinch it mid back to where his teammate can actually shoot it. If that kind of stays on the goal line, they don't get that shot off, and that's not a goal. So huge touch there, believe it or not, from Tammy.
Yeah. And now the real question is what do the Wardens have in response? We've seen them
From
play well
Trish.
here, but nobody's really had, yeah, I was gonna say, but nobody's really had enough as the losing team to put up more than 1, so they would need to put up a monumental effort here. As Zilmi and Stego 50 out towards mid. Delvin shot from a tight angle. Trish with another save. That is now 4 on the game and 7 as a team. The Monarchs are matching the shots 1 for 1 with saves right now as Trish gets a demo and the clear.
Oh, what?
Dive for that one. Stego awkward touch. Zilmi out towards mid. Blakester's there. Delvin doubles. Wardens start to kind of lose that nerves we've seen them have as
Such a
Trish puts
good
that
play
one
from
wide.
Tammy.
Zilmi can't get that one either. But now, it's tough for the Wardens. The biggest thing, too, is it's going to be real sad for them if they lose this one, because it's essentially they started off with a 2-0 deficit because they didn't have their starting lineup in. And that's, I guess you could say...
It made it go to 7 if it doesn't, so,
Yeah. I mean, the thing is you can talk about how if the starting lineup isn't going to be there, you might as well have the lineup that will play at land fight for it. Otherwise, why have them there? But, it's just, it's a tough spot to see because we've seen this the starting lineup is good enough.
if he touches that, that's a goal.
Oh, he can't get to that one. Unfortunate. What, 60 seconds left. Is there any Warden magic in the pocket, or do you think it's all said and done?
They have very few opportunities, but there's one. Blake's going to get it to the corner. He's going to go for the demos. The demos have been working. Zilmi missed shot. Tammy misses it. Oh, what? Hitting the most impossible part of the post for it to bounce off, and it bounces off. 40 seconds left. God, they needed one of those Delphin almost own goals. It is
pandemonium here.
Yeah. Oh, but they got no way. I could not tell you. This must be the most unlucky team in this last minute that I've seen all season.
Well, the thing is, too, is it's back-to-back misses now, which the game prior would have forced overtime, but they just put it off the post as Zilmi will send that one downfield. Blakester sends it the other way. That's towards the sidewall by Trish. That one will drop with just a moment there. Delphin going to go for a goal. Maybe he will not. So we will see the Minnetonka Monarchs at Season 4 LAN in just about 2 weeks. Beautiful series by them here. They're able to withstand the return of the stellar captain on the other side. And what an upset to start the night.